Hey guys, it's Conf Hollywood Studios here, and today we're going to be talking about what Six Flags Great Adventure is getting next year in 2022. Now, there's obviously been a few thoughts, a few rumors, but no definite answers. The park has done one teaser, and that's about it. While we do know of things that will definitely happen, that doesn't necessarily mean we know exactly what it's going to be. So, in this video, I'm going to take a deeper look into what might be happening at the park next year, as I think I have some pretty good ideas of what might be happening. Now, obviously, as the recording of this video, there has been no announcements, so this is not official in any way. This is simply predictions that could be right, could be wrong. If you have any differing predictions, of course, leave them in the comment section. But without further ado, let's get into the first prediction. Now, this first prediction is pretty much confirmed that Bizarro will be being rethemed for 2022. That is definitely happening, there's no question. Obviously, there has been paint tested on the track, as has been extensively covered on the channel, with green track and orange supports. As for the theme, that's been pretty heavily debated. There was a Riddler teaser on Great Adventure's story, which led to a lot of people, myself included, jumping to the conclusion that it would be Riddler, but there have been people thinking that it could be Aquaman too. Now, both of these I think have a lot going for them, for the fact that Riddler was very heavily teased by the park, and it will be starring in a movie next year, The Batman, and Aquaman is way closer resembling to that color scheme. The bright green and orange looks very similar to Aquaman's costume from the comics. And of course, Aquaman will be having his own movie next year. It is late next year, but there will still be an Aquaman movie coming out in 2022. So both have their own very good cases. There is always the opportunity and the option by the park to just throw a curveball and do something totally different. I would definitely prefer a non-DC original theme, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I guess time will tell what will be Bizarro's true retheme, but if I had to put my money on it, it's going to be Riddler or Aquaman, as I have said in videos past. So other than Bizarro, what's going to be happening at the park? Well, I do think that some sort of renovation to the main entrance is all but confirmed at this point. If you've gone to Great Adventure recently, you would have noticed that there are a lot of orange markouts on the ground, mainly near the security area. There's been a lot of orange markouts spotted, both inside the tent and outside the tent. They are being shown on screen now. I obviously do not have any idea what these mean, as I don't work in construction or anything like that, but I think it's very possible that this could be happening. It was also heavily hinted towards during the Thrillathon Q&A with the park president and all the marketing people and whatnot, that there would be some sort of renovation to the entrance. Personally, I think this really needs to happen. That tent has been up for both the 2020 and 2021 season, and I think it's time for that tent to go and a more permanent new security structure to be put there. They have totally switched the way they do security, and I think this system is absolutely perfect. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. So they should keep these machines and redesign the security area to be built around those machines, as I think they just work the best. And I really do think overall that the entrance plaza needs a major facelift. The entrance plaza really has not been updated in a long time, and it's not like it's that iconic either. It's very kind of just generic and doesn't really look all that great nowadays. So I definitely think the park could do with completely redoing the entrance to the park. Maybe moving the ticket booths back from where they are to where you buy your tickets. I don't think you really need to have dedicated booths where you can go buy your tickets anymore, since most people are just going to do it online. Or if they do need to have that, you could always have guest relations off to the side. But I think Great Adventure's entrance should be redesigned to be more modern friendly. I think that overall, like, it works fine the way it is. It just doesn't look great and could definitely be better. So if it could be made better, why not? On top of that, Six Flags St. Louis and Six Flags America had major renovations done to their entrances, and Fiesta Texas in Texas is currently undergoing a major entrance renovation of its own. So I definitely think that Great Adventure's entrance is prime candidacy for a redo. Now, do I think that there will be a new ride next year? This is something that a lot of people have been wondering about since Six Flags kind of stopped doing the whole every year new parks get new rides. That kind of stopped after 2019 because of COVID. So I don't think they're going to go back to that, but I do think there's a shot at Great Adventure getting a new ride next year. This is more so of a shot in the dark, as there really hasn't been any kind of confirmings or denials or really any hints or anything. All we got was that there was planned to be a ride right next to Justice League and across the midway from Cyborg where the Terror Trail is now, and that just got canceled. So I could see those plans being revived. Honestly, I really hope that does happen, because I'm not too big on Aftermath, the maze, as it is. I think it's kind of foolish to be using such a prime plot of land for a ride as a maze when you have so much other space you could be using for mazes. And quite frankly, that path is pretty empty and bland, and it definitely needs some kind of facelift, and I think a new ride would be great. I obviously have been calling for Great Adventure to get a Endeavor for a while now, and what would be great about it being in that plot would be that it's very, very close to the same location as where their original Enterprise ride is. If you don't already know, the Endeavor is pretty much a second generation or newer version of the Enterprise, and that ride was very popular, and there are still a few around, but they're old, and obviously Great Adventure got rid of theirs many years ago. But these Endeavors have shown to be very successful flat rides. Six Flags has bought quite a few, including one at Six Flags New England, which is just a couple hours north of Great Adventure. So it's definitely a successful ride. I think it'd be really, really good to see at Great Adventure. Of course, the Endeavor is the ride you see in the top right of the thumbnail, so I kind of threw that in there because I think that'd be really cool to see in 2022. I don't necessarily think it'll happen. I think there's a shot, like I said, but I don't know if it'll definitely happen in 2022. If it's not happening in 2022, I'd say definitely 2023, because by then, Jersey Devil really won't be able to serve as the park's new ride, and the Bizarro retheme will be thrown aside by general public as just being a retheme, which is what it is. So I definitely think that they will be needing a new ride by then, but I do hope that we could get a brand new ride next year. As for anything else, I think there's going to be a lot of park improvements next year. Obviously, Bizarro is getting a repaint, Batman is getting a repaint, and I wouldn't be surprised if other rides will be getting a repaint that we don't already know about. I think that'll be great to see, because a lot of these rides could definitely use that facelift. I think just there's some sections of the park that could just need a bit of an update all around. Like, some of the midways just don't look too great. They could use some fresh concrete or fresh pavers. I think that'd be really good to see in the park, just to see some care being put in, which there's been a lot of care being put in as it is, and to see more of that come would be great. I definitely also think there could be some sort of revitalization of the kiddie area by Skull Mountain. That's kind of like the other half of Junior Thrill Seekers. That area has been kind of dead for a while now with no updates. So I think after Little Devil had just opened this year, I think there could be some more kiddie ride updates. Maybe bringing back some of the old Seaport rides that were removed for Jersey Devil's area. I think that'd be great. But other than that, I really don't see Great Adventure getting anything else in 2022. So just to recap, I see the Bizarro retheme happening, an entrance update happening, a possible new ride, and overall just a bunch of park improvements. We just got a brand new coaster that could hold us over for a little while, so I think the park should definitely focus on improving what's already there, which is what I see them doing. But if you guys have any differing opinions, like I said in the beginning of the video, let me know what they are in the comments below. Of course, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.